Hi there, my name is Oliver Diez and I'm the music director at Palmetto Elementary School in Pinecrest, Florida. If there's an advice I would give to other music educators around the country is try to have high expectations of your students. I know it can be tricky, just like any lesson plan that we make, and we don't want to make the objective too difficult because we want to see the students succeed and we want them to succeed for their own benefit as well. However, to really make a successful program, believe in your students. Go a little bit further. For example, when I first came to the school, it was a very basic program. We only had a chorus. But even though in Florida, it is very unusual to see an elementary band program, that was my goal from day one. Me being a former band student, I wanted to think that students, even at a younger age, can play band, can join band. I myself started band in 7th grade. I didn't want my students to have the same lifestyle. So I thought, how can I make it possible for them to start band at a much younger age? I had to work at it. It didn't happen overnight. We first focused on reading music in my general music classes with the recorder. After about 3 years, that is when I decided to, let's see what happens if we start a band program now. And to my surprise, many students wanted to join band that first year. So it is because of that high expectation, that little drive that I thought, let's see what happens. And if it didn't work, I knew it would not work and I would move on to something else. So I tell you educators, in your lessons as well, don't be afraid to challenge your students a little bit more. Later on, many years later, after teaching recorders to my grades 2nd through 5th for many years, I thought, what if I taught recorder to the 1st graders? Again, it had to be very simple because that is the key element of helping the students achieve more and be more successful. So my first lesson with the recorders 1st graders was just how to hold the recorder with the left hand fingering B and the right hand at the very bottom. Because at the same time, I wanted good habits to form from the beginning. So I was very meticulous that the students had their left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. So don't be afraid to be extra picky to make good habits from the beginning. To my surprise, that first lesson went pretty well. There were a few mistakes here and there, but we all know that's part of the process. We moved on to lesson 2, fingering B and fingering A. And little by little, we started playing on the recorder. Now at the end of the school year, I have a small 15-20 minute concert for all the 1st grade parents, seeing the 1st grade students perform a few songs on the recorder. And they're reading music. Another thing, I had high expectations. Why teach them to read letters or to read numbers? And if we all have that system, that works for you. I thought to myself, why not teach them to read music from the beginning? Again, high expectations. Slowly, with patience, and they achieved that. Many of them were able to play songs up to 5 notes. So don't be afraid, educators, to show that extra push to those students. Most of them will appreciate it. Most of them want to see that challenge. But it can be tricky because if we challenge too much, then it becomes unsuccessful for most of them. So with the journey, all the best to you in the new school year. And don't forget to put a little bit more challenge into your students. All the best.